Hey people, it is Friday, January the 26th. The time is 3:40 in the afternoon. It's currently 4 degrees Celsius and overcast, and the fog has lifted. And I am on Parliament Street, just across Shooter Street. I'm going to head south down to the very foot of Parliament Street to the Portlands area, and I'm going to check out a couple of new bridges which have recently opened up in the Portlands. The new Cherry Street Bridge, I believe, is open now, replacing the old rickety bridge on Cherry Street, and Cherry Street is being realigned also as part of the Portlands project. So I have checked out a couple of other bridges that have opened up previously, and eventually there will be at least one or two more, I think, in the future. But in any case, I'm going to head down there and we'll walk across the new Cherry Street Bridge, check out some of the views. I think you get some awesome skyline views, and we'll get a new vantage point.
My little kitty bear.
And believe it or not, the sun was out a little earlier, but that has since been covered up by clouds, but it's still quite mild and pleasant, not much wind. I thought today was going to be a washout with the rain, but the rain was mostly in the morning. So here we are at Queen Street. And it's nice to be able to see the towers in the distance. The last few days that was not possible with all the fog. That's why I waited until now to check out the new bridges, because if I went over the previous few days right after they opened, we wouldn't have been able to see any of the cityscape or skyline with all the fog. Here's Richmond Street. Zooming in towards the financial district. Crossing Adelaide. Guess Tattle Creek once ran through here. I suppose it's still underground. Very nice historic building here. I'm sure there's a plaque. I can see a plaque on the other side. It'll describe the history of the building and the year it was built. I think I looked at that plaque in a previous video, but I just can't seem to remember the details right now. I'll save that for another video, I suppose. And King Street. And on the right here will be the future home of a new subway station for the Ontario line. '51 Division of the Toronto Police. That's sort of like our version of a police precinct. Utilizing another old historic building. I think this is my favorite police division downtown, solely because of the building that they use. Many other ones are more modern looking buildings, such as this addition you see on the side there. And we're at Front Street, and I'm getting all the green lights. That's kind of a nice change. Usually it's the opposite. And we're almost passing the distillery district there across the street. There's a GO train heading east. And there's the entrance to the distillery. It's another awesome historic area, ringed by modern condo developments, but once you're in there, it's 19th century industrial buildings. And I can see the fog is actually still obscuring the top of the CN Tower. So it's lifted, but not completely. At higher altitudes, it's still hanging around. And a couple of new residential towers going up on the south side of the distillery district. Eventually, the old neighborhood will be completely surrounded by new tall residential towers. But I think that's good. It's sort of integrating the distillery district into the fabric of the city as the city grows around it a bit more. It was a bit isolated at first when they first opened it as a neighborhood and tourist attraction. It seemed a bit disconnected from the rest of downtown, but that's changing. The Canary District just to the east is another new neighborhood that has sprung up. And now the Ontario Line subway will be passing nearby also, so in the not too distant future, it'll be just another downtown neighborhood. And here comes an inbound GO train. It's going rather slow. Passing under the rail corridor. You can hear the train passing directly overhead. Another green light. Normally I have to stand and wait here for several minutes as I try to go under the Gardiner. This is Lakeshore Boulevard. You can see passing underneath the expressway. The GO train has stopped. I suppose I have to wait for this light though. I'm going to head a bit further east. I'll take the shared path down to Cherry Street. You can see the East Bayfront at another developing area. And holy puddles. It's a good thing I'm wearing my waterproof Vessi shoes. I'm literally just walking through the puddles here. Trying not to get my pants wet. My shoes can handle it. They were designed to keep the water out. There's a huge one. Hopefully it's not deeper than it looks. No problem. These shoes are pretty invaluable as a walk tuber in Toronto, especially during the winter season, obviously. Everything around here is very industrial looking. This was a industrial working port, and it still is in some ways. But the port lands are being redeveloped now into a residential area. And I just spotted the new bridges. You can see up ahead. Those two white structures with the red trim. So that's where we're going to be walking. And they're also realigning the mouth of the Don River in the area and constructing a new wetland. It's quite a huge undertaking. And eventually a new streetcar or light rail line will also serve the Portlands area. I'm not sure how far in the future that will be built. And here's Cherry Street. And here's the new realignment of Cherry Street. It used to veer off a bit further to the east before heading into the Portlands. And this is quite the big improvement here. I don't know which side I should walk along. I want to walk along the side that'll give me the best views of the skyline. Maybe I'll cross the street. Although once I get over there, I might realize that I should have stayed on this side, but I can always run across if that's the case. So there's the old Cherry Street right over here. And I suppose this will all be nice greenery here come the spring. Maybe put some trees, flowers, and that sort of thing. And there's those skyline views. I think I made the right choice coming to this side. Just the top of the tower is all that we're missing right now. And if I did want to cross, there's a crosswalk right here. And they already have a bus route running along. And these bridges were constructed in Nova Scotia and shipped here by barge through the St. Lawrence Seaway. And there you can see the old Cherry Street Bridge, much less impressive looking structure right there. And the old alignment of Cherry Street. This looks fantastic. I think this will be a very popular place for photographers. Still see some of the old silos around the area, such as straight ahead and over on this side. See another bridge up ahead. I have walked over that one in a previous video when it first opened. Let's take in the view. So all this undeveloped looking land surrounding the street here will eventually be new housing and a brand new community. Much of it will be medium to high density. There'll be some towers, but lots of mid-rise buildings. It certainly will not be single detached homes. See if I can get a possible good thumbnail shot here. It's kind of funny seeing the skyline with what looks like no CN Tower, thanks to the fog. Guess I have to cross. You can see the scope of the area they're redeveloping here. It just goes on and on in every direction.
His idea of selling the volume was just to make skins of cookies, put them on sale for really, really low price. And people would just come in with their cars and would pick us up and buy box.
The design of these bridges is pretty funky and futuristic. I think it Adds a lot of flair to the area, and there's two more way over there. You can see another twin pair of bridges. It'd be interesting to jump ahead 10 years in time to see what we'd be surrounded with right now at this location. I guess this is a new thing that we'll be able to do in the near future. It looks like it's not available right now. Climb to the top of the tower and see the Portlands like never before. The tower could be a bit taller, but I suppose it would still give you a pretty awesome view. So I think this is as far as I'll go. That will take you over to Rebel and Cabana, to a nightclub and a sort of upscale social club. I'll start making my way back the way I came. Maybe we'll get a few more views heading in this direction, and then I'll start to wrap up the video. I have to say I love this new area already. Toronto might not be a city with big bridges like New York or Vancouver, but we can still rock some pretty neat views from our smaller bridges. I think the Bloor Viaduct is about the biggest bridge we have in the city, close to downtown anyway. So I hope you enjoyed the walk down to the new realignment of Cherry Street, checking out the new Cherry Street bridges in the Portlands, a brand new area under development here on the shore of Lake Ontario. I'll be sure to keep coming back for further updates as the project continues and progresses over the months and years. So leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the walk, or if you didn't. Let me know your thoughts in any case, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And you can also support the channel by sending a super thanks or by becoming a channel member if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue. And let's just keep walking towards the new bridges from this side.